Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Atlanta for the HCS Summer Season Pro League Finals. We just saw Splice upset Optic Gaming and move forward to the Grand Finals, but now we move back into the elimination bracket where we are going to have Liquid versus Envy. Joining me on the desk is going to be Walshy and Nighty Night. Guys, an exciting match ahead. We have to send one of these teams home. General thoughts, let's start with Liquid first.
Liquid, I mean, they're obviously a staple of this community for a while. They've always been making it towards that top 2, top 3, and a lot of teams would figure, oh, that's good enough. They're going to stick with their roster and try to stick it out. However, they did make a team change. What do you think about the team change, Nighty?
Well, Ace, obviously, I mean, he is one of those guys that's been at the top. He's competed at the highest of levels, placing second at 2010 National Championships with Status Quo against one of the most legendary Final Boss rosters. And then obviously going on. It's okay.
Whoa, okay. Hey, don't upset
I said one up. I said one up. But yeah, winning Reach events, winning the Halo 4 Global Championship, he has that confidence, and he's going to push this roster over the edge.
And they were undefeated in Pro League with Ace, right? I mean,
Correct.
that's the Ace factor with Liquid, and they look in fine form at the moment. Of course, they did lose 3-2 to Splice in the winner's bracket earlier on in the championship, but they are wanting to get back and have another stab at Splice. On the other side then, Team Envyus. They came into this tournament as 4th seed, which really surprised me. I'm a huge Envy fan. There's so many Envy fans around. Do you think they can take down Liquid, Dave?
I mean, they've done it in the majority of their past matches when it comes to live events. However, they don't have the ace up the sleeve like Liquid does. But truthfully, Envy, seriously, are such a solid roster when it comes to these live events. They've had some lackluster performance in some of the fall leagues or some of the pro leagues, but at the same time, too, they've also shown that they've had some of the best online performances, too, when they've taken, I believe it was a fall season of 2016, where they were #1 pro league, and then ended up beating Optic there at the live event as well.
They are technically the reigning champions, if we look back at 4th season of Pro League in 2016.
Yeah, and also they are the last team to have won a LAN event. The last LAN event, they are the reigning champions. So in my eyes, personally, I feel like they are the team to beat right now. Envy has that dedication. They're still grinding it out, and they are determined. They have a lot of discipline on this team. Having Pistola, one of the greatest players to ever touch the game, is still really, he's very hungry, and he's ready to still prove he has what it takes to stay on the top.
And we saw these teams compete back in the 15th of June in the Pro League. Liquid actually winning 3-1, but that is online. LAN is completely different. Do you think either team has like an advantage being in a LAN environment, or do you think all of these players by now are used to this kind of stage?
I think all these players are used to the stage at this point. They're all such veterans, and you know, even though you do have some younger guns on this Liquid squad, some like Stellar and Eco, they've played in so many tournaments that I don't think that one team has a significant advantage over the other here in this live environment. I really do believe it's going to be kind of who's playing better today, because we've seen what can happen. We saw Splice taking on Optic. We've seen Envy take down Optic before. We saw Envy falling yesterday. It's just really tough to call when you get down to some of these top 4 teams when they're all in the exact same tier.
Of course, both of these teams have already played today as well. Liquid taking down Era Eternity in the elimination bracket. Envy, of course, moving forward after that loss earlier against Optic yesterday. So momentum should be with them both. It's not like neither team has been waiting and just can't get their thumbs ready. So I'm really excited for this one. Of course, the series layout is going to be very important, seeing what maps they're going to be playing. Because just looking back at the Pro League about what maps they played, I mean, Liquid taking down Envy on the likes of Coliseum CTF, for example. Very important, as it's a very prominent game type. But it's not a game type that's going to be in the series today. Truth Capture the Flag is going to be game #1, followed by Rig Slayer, Eden Strongholds, Fathom Capture the Flag, and then Plaza Slayer. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
I mean, you have two kind of contradicting CTF games. Truth being one of the CTF maps where I would argue that's easiest to capture on when you're having a disorganized team, whereas Fathom CTF, I still hold to this day, I think it's the toughest objective game in Halo 5. It's just really tough to execute properly. You have to do it in every single stage. You have to get the starting kills, get in right position. You have to get the kills of the players in the base, run the flag the correct route, and then cut off anyone coming back to your base. So Fathom CTF is going to be a true test of skill to see which one of these teams, if they go to Game 4, which one is playing the best as a team.
Well, starting off with Truth Capture the Flag, if we do look back to Pro League, it was a 3-1 victory for Liquid over Envy, and I remember bubble control was something that was massive for Liquid. They were absolutely fantastic. How do you see this one playing out, Nighty? Do you think Envy are going to be able to get an early swing here?
All right, now from the last series, you saw how much of a difference Renegade and Shotzzy could make against Optic when they were staying alive inside their base. How much of a nuisance they could be by just one player challenging the rest of the team at the bottom of the base. There was a moment where Shotzzy was by himself under the base. Now that's exactly what these players are going to need to do in this game type. It's pretty much the players from Liquid are going to need to just surge on top of the Envy squad and really have them flustered. Having those flanks coming up from underneath your base, I mean, that's exactly how you need to play this map.
So Liquid versus Envy. Obviously very well-known teams, but we've got a lot of people here at DreamHack Atlanta that might just be taking a seat saying, hey, let's check out Halo for the first time. Who are the key players that they need to be looking out for on both teams? We'll start with Liquid, Dave.
I mean, it's tough just to choose a key player. I mean, if I had to choose just one, I'm going to put the pressure on Ace. I mean, he's the newest member on the squad. They picked him up because they felt he could be that factor to push them over, hopefully get them a tournament victory.
Well, not to go against what you're saying, but I would say Stellar. I think Stellar has been playing phenomenal online in the Pro League, in his scrims. It's been incredible what he's been doing. Some of the things he's pulled off, those overkills we've seen, he's just on another level. I would definitely put him up there as one of maybe the top 10 players in the game, maybe even less top 5. I mean, he is just unbelievable individually. But as far as Envy is concerned, it's going to have to be Snipedown. I think we've got to see a lot out of him at this tournament.
Snipedown is one of those players that is so good to watch. I mean, me personally, I'd say Pistola is so key. He's one of these players that if you let him run around like the game's a free-for-all, he's been the same since he played back in Halo 3, right? If you let him just run around aimlessly, especially now these settings are around and you don't have that radar to worry about, he can just have such freedom to roam a map and just finish off all those kills. But there you can see, Nighty Night thinks Snipedown is the key to this match. I mean, what is it, Dave, that makes Snipedown such a good player?
I think he just knows, I would say, how to play with his team. In most cases, I think he was known in the past for being semi-selfish, sitting back a little too much. That has not been the case here with Halo 5. He's adapted a bit more, knows when to push up, knows when to back down. He's just a great player all around, so it's really tough to just pick one exact facet of what makes Snipedown one of the best players in the world.
I think he's kind of adapted. Now that Hook's on the team and can really step up as an amazing sniper, slayer, flanker, do whatever he can to just do amazing damage onto the other team, Snipedown's taken a step back. He's molded this team for one goal in mind, and that was to take down Optic and to win the World Championship. That was just his idea when forming this team, and he's taken the step back, and he can fit any role. He can do it all.
I think everyone wants to take down Optic, and Splice were the guys that actually fulfilled that in the end. An amazing game that we've witnessed. Maybe it's going to be another game that we're going to witness now. Hopefully a very fantastic one. I also believe we have a Platinum code ready for you guys to get a Platinum Rec Pack. There you see it, Sunday Plat 12. I think that says 12. Yes, it does. Make sure to type that one in at halo.gg. But we are now ready for Team Envyus versus Team Liquid, and to run us through the action, it's Elamite, it's Ghosty Army. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Gaskin. Yes, and we are joined here at the Xfinity desk getting ready for a Liquid versus Envy losers bracket semifinals, and this match is going to be absolutely absurd. If what's happened today already is any indication of what is in store, I don't even know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. I mean, I was talking to Snipedown in the back, and he actually wanted to see Optic Gaming lose and go into the losers bracket. So curious to see how this matchup will fare, so maybe they can propel themselves to play them.
Right,
but let's get right in.
Starting this one off here with Ace on your screen from Team Liquid as we move over to Sub-Zero. Just kidding, Ghosty Army there. And then they are pushing over to pink side of the map. Now that's already one member down. Make that 2 members dropping. So opening strategy definitely going over to Envy as they are just flooding the Optic base right now.
Yeah, and you just look at all of Team Liquid trying to put up some defenses, but unfortunately Envyus has just really infiltrated their base to just an unbelievable degree.
Yeah, that flag is moving across the map right now very quickly here, already almost towards the Envyus base. Liquid has not been able to even clear out their own base as Mikwin is still there. Pistola has that camo and is bringing the base at home. Ace is going to try to contest this here right now. Nate is not going to be able to do enough damage as they need it to be. Flag actually getting returned, and just like that, one capture already for Envy, less than a minute.
And I gotta point out the perfect communication. Pistola, right, going to cap that flag exactly when he needed to. Obviously knew that the return was coming in. Phenomenal play out of him.
Yeah, and you can see in that kill feed there, Hook grabs yet another double kill this game. I don't even know if everyone on Optic has secured themselves a kill yet so far in this game, as this aggression and pressure from Envyus is so strong. I don't think Liquid is used to this from them.
Well, Eco is still getting goosed right now, to answer that question. So we'll have to wait and see if he can put some kills on the board.
Yeah, and you can see in the kill feed there, looks like he picks up a beat down there onto Pistola, so he will grab his first kill of the game. More action happening here below the base. Liquid has been playing on the defensive this entire time. They have had a flag grab, but there was really no hope of actually moving that one across the map. It was absolutely pulled as a defensive play.
Yep, and now you see Snipe down just doing his best to try and get this kill. Unfortunately, though, Stellar cleans him up from inside of the base using that teamwork and now pushing out with Sub-Zero on the pink tower.
And this is good teamwork here coming out of Team Liquid. They've got the player in P2, that's Eco. Penguin is below the base, gets some damage down. He takes a beat down, though, so you can see Pistola starting to push over towards P side of the base. This is going to be Eco fighting and shooting at 3 different players, but not having enough teammates to clean up these kills. He is going to be able to push Pook and prevent him from taking over P2, but if there's no help from his teammates here, there's going to be so much happening. That's a double. Last player down, Pink 1. They pick up the kill there. That's a fresh 4 dead, and I think that was a camo burnt there by Migwin, so good heads up play by him. But this is a nice opportunity for Liquid to potentially tie this one up.
Yeah, just a great collapse right there. It looked like Envyus was just way too concerned about that camo pickup. They gave up complete control. The Plasminate blinded Hook as he fell to Pink 1, and now that is a flag cap in Team Liquid's favor.
And wow, really impressive play there that Liquid's been able to get back into this one, as they were on their back feet the entire time so far. And that's just how good these two teams are. It's one of those situations, you take an inch, or you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile.
Yep, and let's wait for Sub-Zero to come off the respawn here. Under the base, definitely aware that there are players of Team Envyus moving this flag, and fortunately gets a decent spawn to try and get that return.
And you can see there on that radar, another player here in front of the base, player in P2. That's another 2 dead here for Team Liquid. Eco doing what he can to try to prevent that flag from moving, but then you've also got Snipe down here. He is sitting back at Liquid's base, being a nuisance. They know they're going to have to clear out these players, or they risk another or a double capture coming out for Envy.
And just look at the positioning, the movement that Snipe down has right there. Just obviously always evading these players, just doing a great job staying alive.
Yeah, now we are watching Hook on your screen here as he's picking up yet another kill. Currently sitting at 9 and 5. Slays, Liquid is doing their best to catch up, but those 2 early flag captures here is really hurting them.
And obviously the active camouflage power-up that spawns. Pink 1 will be spawning in just about 25 seconds, so make sure to keep an eye on that.
And then there was even a star killer here coming out from Hook. He was in Liquid's base. He was taking no shields, but able to stay alive, even secure himself a kill. Still doing a fantastic job. We've seen all 4 members of Envy doing this, just up and down, red 1 to red 2, jumping around in the attic and clambering all over the place, being able to buy so much additional time.
Yep, and now that camo is going to pop Pink 1. We do not know if there's any players ready to pick it up just yet. Pistola, well aware of this guy on Team Liquid. Stellar takes him down, now making sure that he gets his camo.
And there you can see those stats on your screen. Thank you, Halo Data Hives, for providing that. Pistola having phenomenal Pro League season so far. Still being able to just change targets so quickly and continuously putting down so much damage here.
And I just want to call that out. Actually, the roles have flipped a little bit there between the 2 teams. Before, we actually saw Envyus put too much focus on camo. Now we saw Team Liquid do it. Sub-Zero managed to grab it, but also burned it right after that.
Ooh, and some Sub-Zero is going to be able to clean up the kill on Mikwin. A couple sloppy shots there, but in the end is going to work out. And you can see here lots of action still happening on P side of the map here. Nice beatdown. That is going to control P tower and put it back in Liquid's favor. Mikwin doesn't know he's being charged from below the base. He's going to get sandwiched by Stellar and Sub-Zero here. Nice shots coming out once again. That's Hook are going to get taken out above the base here. And it looks like Sub-Zero and Team Liquid recognizing they're going to have to slay Envy again off spawn if they're going to move this flag across the map. And they're trying to do exactly that.
Yup, and I just want to say Team Liquid playing very, very passive almost. Just a ton of self-discipline right there, making sure that they didn't just go for a random flag grab. They made sure to try and get as many kills as they could so that they can move this without the concern of spawns.
Ooh, and a lot of activity happening here below the base. Ace Mikwin in a fight. Mikwin's going to grab that, but as he does that, it's a distraction enough for Eco to secure the second flag capture. 6 minutes left to play, but of course there is a 3-minute overtime built into this game type. It is next flag capture will win, as it is first to 3 here on Truth.
Yeah, and this is getting scary. Stellar is just playing phenomenal right now with this objective play. Look at him rotate all the way to pink 1. I don't know if there's anyone in position from Envyus to stop this cap.
And this is amazing job. He's got the flag, no mistakes. Flag's gonna go in, and just like that, what a game. So back and forth, so much attention placed on the objective, and that's exactly what you need to do. Now, what I'm really curious to see is, if I had to take a bet on it after watching that game, I would say Liquid was outslayed by Envy, but still able to pick up the win.
Yeah, actually, we are going to bring up the stats here, and when we do, you will see,
43 to 48.
They were actually outslayed by Envyus, Team Envyus, right? We have Hook going positive 13 and 12, Snipe down just going even 13 and 13, but nonetheless, they did extremely well, but didn't focus on that objective, unfortunately.
Yeah, and, man, that was kind of crazy. Taking a look at some of the damage here. Eco having a phenomenal game there. Snipe down himself, almost hitting 3K. The accuracy across the board for Envy. Everybody, all 4 players.
I don't know.
Over 60%.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
That is incredible here. As the show, let's take a look at flag pulls.
Yeah, when you take a look at some of those flag grabs, it looks like Team Liquid grabbing the flag 5 times, Team Envyus only grabbing it 3, so clearly Team Liquid focused more on that objective.
Yeah, but I mean, that was an absurd game, really. You're trying to break that down and see what happened. It was just every team grabbing the flag at whatever opportunity presented itself, and then doing an amazing job at relaying it across the map. You can just see how much better these teams have improved from some of the previous finals that we've had, because the ability to secure and have such a high percentage rate of flag captures here.
Yep, I would say that 5 out of the 6 offensive flag grabs were actually captures in that game. You know, you look at some of those defensive ones, right, where you throw it out, you throw it bottom middle, but they just played extremely well on Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, there was one within the first minute of the game, and, you know, like we pointed out, so Liquid had 5 there, but one of those was absolutely defensive and had no chance of really going anywhere there, but does add to the total flag grabs per that game. Team Liquid, they've got to be feeling strong after that, because, you know, if you go back in time and take a look at the history, there's only one team I remember consistently taking the W in an objective game type while being outslayed, and sure enough, Gosiami, that's going to be Carbon.
You know, I appreciate that. You know, back actually last night we were talking about, you know, what it means to kind of use that teamwork, and I pointed actually to Halo 2 talking about how you could be completely outslayed, your entire team could go negative, and you could still win even a game type like Oddball, right? So to see Team Liquid do just that in Halo 5, clearly their teamwork is on another level right now.
Yeah, I mean, and Envy, they've got to be a little concerned after that game, because, like we said, we were a couple minutes into that game before Eco even put a kill on the board, and sure enough, he was the one to end the game with the most damage here for his squad.
They were just doing a great job at taking advantage of everything that they did. Every single play that Envy, you know, messed up a little bit, it turned into a flag cap. So got to give them credit for just capitalizing at the right times.
Yeah, and you can almost see the frustration here coming out of Envy. They knew that that was their game to win, having the lead, keeping Liquid trapped in their base for so long.
And this is the best of 5, Kyle.
Yes, that is a really good point to bring up for everyone at home watching. It is the winners finals, the elimination finals, and the grand finals that are the best of 7 series. This is going to be elimination semifinals right now, a best of 5 series here between Team Liquid and Envyus. And let's start this one off here with none other than Stellar.
All right, and Slayer on the rig. We know how iconic of a game mode this is for Halo 5. The sniper rifle, the scatter shot, the active camo power-up, these things matter they're extremely important to winning this game mode.
Yeah, and as you can see, we do have ammo in the hands of Sub-Zero, who grabbed himself a first strike. Oh my, who was that? Miquin of all people, Mr. Tom Brady himself catches that one.
Excuse me, I like to think Eli Manning.
Well, I guess we're in Atlanta though too, so we should
Yeah,
talk about the Falcons here, but either way,
come on.
Let's go back into the game now as Hook is trying to do what he can to stay alive. Does a pretty good job working with his teammate. And then this is what I like to see here when they're working as a cohesive unit. When Hook sees his teammates behind him and then decides to push up, knowing he has cover from Pistola and even Snipe down here below him.
And I gotta call this out. Your brother, Ace, Aaron Elam, actually snuck away with that sniper rifle, but now unfortunately has to take the dive. I mean, it's a smart play, you know, throwing that sniper off the map. You don't want it in the hands of Snipedown.
You don't want it in the hands of Snipedown, that's for sure, but guess what? You also don't want it in the hands of Pistola, Hook, or Miquin especially too, as Miquin is turned into one of the best snipers in the entire game now.
Yeah, he's been really excelling in these last couple months here, more than he ever has in Halo. So props to him for staying on that grind and keeping his composure.
And what's most impressive about Miquin is he has been around for quite some time, and only in Halo 5, and as of the last season, 2 seasons or so, has he really come into himself.
Oh yeah, and you know, I want to give a shout out to some of the families that showed up. I know I've only seen a few of them here briefly, but you know, we have Ace's mom, we have your mom in the crowd, right? And mom and dad.
Hook's
and
parents,
we have Hook's parents as well. So you know, just gotta give a shout out to the families that come to these events and support them.
Yeah, 9-11 here. Great melee, stays on the map with a thrust, grabs the scatter shot even. That's a great play here by Ace, keeping this game close and power weapon control. That new camo's getting ready to come up here, so this is going to be the next point of contention for both of these squads.
And that look on your screen, that he's in the zone right now. If you know Ace, that's it. That's his try-hard look. His mouth is wide open, and he's ready to put some shots down. So clearly, this guy is feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great heads-up play. If you're at home watching, you zoom in with that scatter shot to condense the damage. The farther the way the enemy team or the enemy player here, the scatter shot's going to be weaker at a distance. Zooming in with that weapon, switching over to the pistol, it's a great job recognizing the distance there.
And Sub-Zero grabbing the active camouflage. We know how deadly he is with this. Obviously, some of his teammates are also extremely good with it as well, but Sub-Zero knows how to move around the map and use it to his advantage.
Ooh, and he's not going to be able to secure that extra kill, but we are tied up here. 15-15, Snipedown trying to live here. No. Will be able to stay alive.
What type
what
of hardcore jungle gym?
Job.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Eco, though, tracked him down. Oh, it picks up the double, actually turning out to work out in Liquid's favor even more than we might have thought. So if Snipedown had died earlier, Pistola probably wouldn't have tried to finish off that kill as quickly. And that is going to be a lead change here we've seen so far, the first one.
But now we talk about what we were saying just a little bit earlier. Miquin grabbing the sniper rifle. What do you think is going to happen here?
Ooh, I think Stellar's going to get a beatdown kill and see what he does. He's jumping around, pulling a dipsy doodle over here, Strong Side would say. Oh, if anybody's going to hit those no-scopes, it's going to be Miquin, but great sandwich coming out of here from Sub-Zero and Eco. Eco will be cleaned up. Now Sub-Zero, he really wants to escape with this weapon. Nice ground pound away, but Envy, they're on the hunt. They want to find him. Still across the map, trying to put damage, but it allows Ace and the rest of the team a big distraction.
What?
And all 4 dead for
The
Envy.
heck? Oh my goodness, all of Envyus was concerned about getting that sniper rifle, and it was to their detriment as Ace picks up a big double kill, and that turns into an entire collapse from Team Liquid.
Oh, and then Sub-Zero trying to put this weapon to use. Stellar grabs himself a kill, make that another double, the biggest lead of the game we've seen so far, as at that halfway point, Liquid is now up by 5 kills. A little bit of a mistake there by Sub-Zero, but he's just such a distraction. Distraction medals potentially popping up all over the place, trying to stay alive with this camo, but no, there's too much good communication coming out of Team Envyus. They will clean that up. Scatter shot is in top tower in the hands of Stellar. Sniper was still down there. We'll see who's going to be able to secure themselves that one, as Liquid needs to make sure they maintain this kind of setup.
Yeah, they have a 4-kill lead. It's decent for a Rig Slayer gamer, but watch, it's going to slow down a little bit. Stellar has control of the scatter shot, only 2 bullets left in it, but he is doing his civic duty for his team and controlling the bottom rail.
Right, and looks like that sniper went over in the hands of Hoog as he's already grabbed himself a double. Gets taken no shields. Luckily for Liquid, not a whole lot of ammo left, but just as I say that, this is the one time you hope there was. He actually didn't even pick up that sniper rifle. Did he recognize that it is down towards that SMG side? Now we're taking a look here with Pistola grabbing some kills. What a great grenade there. They're double teaming Ace, who is bottom tower, trying to stay alive, but no, he's gonna get his Achilles heel shot at there before he's able to clamber up to top tower, and it's back down to a 3-kill game. No camo here for a little while, and it looks like it is Stellar who was able to find both of the power weapons and escape all the way back down here to back rafters at this point. And finally, we might start seeing this game slow down a hair as they want to pick off and use this power weapon to
it's
the best
definitely
of its
gonna,
ability.
yeah, it's definitely going to slow down Kyle. The sniper rifle is coming up extremely soon, and right after that, 10 seconds later, will be the camouflage. So both of these things will be put in tandem. Expect to see either team really go for both of them.
Yeah, will they have enough sniper ammo left to contest this camo at the time, as we're looking at about 15 seconds or so. Player no shields tower 1, another one tower 2. Stellar is on the hunt here. One shot left. Is he going for it? Oh, and no, he doesn't get off the map. That's actually going to turn over that sniper rifle into the hands of Mikwin while still maintaining a 4-kill lead. Not the worst situation in the world, but a spawn kill here with this by Mikwin is going to be absolutely crucial. Camo is going to get burnt there, but there will be an assist coming out as well. New sniper rifle is going to go over in the hands of Hook once again, who we've already seen is hot with this weapon.
Yeah, and this guy, I mean, he's great with almost every gun. Unfortunately, gets taken down a little bit sooner than he'd like, but Hook is just extremely well-rounded, has some great communication, and really an even temper.
Yeah, 42-36. I think we're back up to one of the biggest leads. You can see in that kill feed there, Mikwin's got the sniper rifle, Snipedown's got the scatter shot. Great grenades and team shooting coming in here from Team Liquid to maintain this lead. And keep in mind, we talked about this already, Eric. This is a best-of-5 series, and Liquid may be able to bring this back or take a lead.
This is scary. They could go down 0-2 in this series, but Eco he's sniffing someone out. He has the flank, and I don't think Envy has any clue.
Oh, and he gets one player, no shields over there towards Connector. We'll be able to clean it up. They didn't know he was over by the Carbine side. You got Sub-Zero there pushing up towards back rafters. The collapse is coming in. Another player gets taken out. Hook answers back with a snipe of his own. 48-40. Are we going to see a close game like that Optic and Splice series bring this back towards the end? Or will Liquid be able to close this out and take a 2-0 lead here at DreamHack Atlanta?
Yeah, and Eco, known to be extremely deadly with the sniper rifle, moving in a little bit of an unorthodox position, right? Taking this angle down in the pit, in the sewers, you don't see this too often.
No, you really don't, and almost catches that player. Gives him a little bit of a haircut there. 48-41. Team Liquid, they want to play this carefully. You've seen what can happen. Splice getting a little bit too aggressive and comfortable in their lead. Almost lost that game, or that Slayer game type here. 48-41, still plenty of time left on the clock.
Not only is there plenty of time, but the camouflage is actually about to pop in about 10 seconds, so keep an eye on that. Players will be moving around there, but Hook manages to get a solid flank, as it looks like Team Liquid was actually setting up for it.
Oh gosh, 2 players go down, but luckily Stellar grabs himself a kill. Scattershot is down back rafters. We'll see if anyone elects to go ahead and pick up that weapon, but this is going to be the most crucial time here for Envy to be careful, because I think they recognize camo is no longer sitting there for pickup. It's got to be in somebody's hands. They are going to be looking all over the place here. Ace has got to be really careful to finish off the kill, and sure enough, he's going to get that on Hook, and an early 2-0 lead here for Team Liquid.
Wow. Wow, unbelievable. I mean, to talk about these two teams going head-to-head, it was close. It was about 48-42 in the end, but it looked like Team Envyus was way too focused on those back rafters, not thinking about the camouflage. Not sure if Alumni wasn't calling it out. Not entirely sure what happened there, but hey, taking a look at the stat line.
Holy cow.
What sticks out to you, Kyle?
There's one thing that sticks out incredibly to me, and that is having 20, or kill participation on over half of the kills in the game. That is 25 coming out from Ace with least deaths in the entire game. Everyone at home knows he struggled a little bit in the series yesterday against Splice, especially in the Slayer game types, but answers back here today and comes out prepared to play.
And I gotta also point something out. Once again, we saw Envyus doing some great work. They had actually 6 power weapon kills to only Liquid's 1. Now, a little bit odd to see that type of, trade and it go so heavily in the hand of Team Liquid, but for the win, obviously, but still, man, just great play out of Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, and keep in mind, it's not like Liquid didn't have a lot of control of those power weapons, but rather than getting a lot of good use out of them, they ended up keeping them out of Envy's hands and throwing them off the map several different times.
Yeah, it was a tough match to watch because it was a little bit of back and forth. It looked like every team was kind of collapsing. No one really got comfortable with where they were at, right? A lot of rotations around yellow corner, back SMG. It just looked like a trade, but every single time it was trading, just kill after kill, inching further and further away for Team Envyus.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid was able to grab a lead fairly early into the game after like the 10 kill mark, but what I didn't expect was once they got into those 30s, they actually built up the biggest lead they had, not even having any power weapons. I think it was Mikwin who got that ridiculous no-scope and his great scatter shot kill from Snipe Down, and basically that just allowed Liquid somehow to continue their lead. But what I want to do, let's take a brief moment and let's hear a little bit from Mikwin in an Xfinity Speed session.
I came up with my gamertag Mikwin when I was like probably 3 or 4 years old. I was playing an MMORPG with my dad named Dark Age of Camelot, and his character's name was Milwin, and next to the keyboard is K. So I just took the L out and put K because there's like a family tree in the game so that I could be like his son in game, and it just kind of stuck ever since. Top 3 things to remember to bring to an event is obviously controller, headset, and for me, Tums, because I have bad stomach problems, I always need to have Tums. England, when I went over to the United Kingdom for like a Eagles tournament, and I was in Blackpool for the tournament for the weekend, and then I stayed for about a week in Manchester, and I had an absolute blast. My favorite player when I went pro was honestly probably Pistola, and it's kind of crazy to be teaming with him, but watching Halo 3 and his start in Halo 2 and everything was really enjoyable, and I think Ola's kind of a fan favorite for many. Ola or Snakebite, just because they're both super diplomatic and know what they want, say what they want. I'm probably gonna say Ola again because he's a fan favorite. Oh man, if I had to date a teammate, probably Ola. My celebrity crush, well, growing up it was Hilary Duff. Then now it's Lights. She's a Canadian singer, and she's like the background on my phone and the computer and everything. I'm kind of obsessed. I'd probably pick Counter-Strike just because of how much skill it takes and how crazy the events are and just how big of a game it is and how entertaining it is to watch. I can only imagine how much fun it is to play and feel that dominant. If I were to drive a Halo vehicle for the rest of my life, I'd probably do the Wasp. I think it's newer in Halo 5, but it's like a single sit, fast jet, so it'd be kind of cool. In terms of actual just talent, I'm gonna say Hook because he just can do everything and he's absolutely insane. My spirit animal would probably be a sloth. I'm super lazy and sleep a lot, but I grind Halo. Winning Fall Finals was the most accomplished I've ever felt, but in terms of proud of myself and my team was our Worlds run when we went out to losers round 1 and we were in top 12 and we were able to come all the way back and make it to the finals. It was kind of bittersweet because we obviously lost, but there was a lot to be proud of that weekend, and that's something I'll always remember.
Yeah, Mikwin Pistola, a little bit of a bromance going on there.
Yeah, I thought that Mikwin always looked up to me. That was a little bit disappointing.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that for you, Ghost. I'm sure there's somebody out there that does that. But either way, we are looking at this series. This is a Team Liquid leading 2-0 over Team Envyus. Something not a lot of people at home were probably expecting to see. We said it time and time again. This is the very first tournament we might see Optic Gaming have their lowest placing ever. I'm pretty sure they've always been in the finals through the winners bracket.
Yes.
And instead, we might be seeing Envyus. They are on match point away from having their lowest placing that we've seen from them.
All right, and we are jumping right into Strongholds on Eden Eco. Team Liquid worried about this overshield bottom mid. It is a very, very big pickup, and sure enough, his teammate Sub-Zero manages to grab it.
Yeah, and that is 3 dead here for Envy, and it's about to be 4 dead as Hook has got nowhere to go here. Rockets overshield in the hands of Team Liquid.
Nowhere.
Exactly here in top middle catwalk. Big battle going on. A reset comes in. Great job by Envyus actually to get that reset here, and Sub-Zero gets cleaned up. So after a phenomenal opening start from Team Liquid, a little bit of a misplay as they would have had a triple cap essentially, but that's a great job using that radar to his advantage. Eco was able to grab a double kill. Hook answers back. Good communication coming out from Team Envyus. Obviously, their shots are on fire as well as those stars are popping up on that kill feed left and right.
Yeah, and Hook just did a great job. He spawned Blue Alley, he grabbed the battle rifle, and because of it, managed to get a double kill by picking off a player all the way in Red Nest. Clearly, the battle rifle has that range, and he used it to his advantage.
And as we stay here with Hook, kill feed, rockets, and hands of Eco. He grabs himself one kill, but bottom center gets another perfect. Like we highlighted before, there is no shortage of skill in this game. Some of these players have the best shots that we have ever seen before.
All right, and Hook maintaining control of this top catwalk. All alone, though, right now. It looks like he needs some of the Envy roster to come out and help him out. And sure enough, Pistola does just that. He rotates, gets another perfect kill on Stellar. And here he goes, rotating. This is what he does.
Yeah, so many perfect kills, like we've
No.
said.
Oh my, the fadeaway jumper from Jordan.
You heard it from Mick when he said he thinks as far as individual talent goes, Hook is #1 in the game, and he is looking to show that right now.
Yeah, and you know, I gotta call it out. Sub-Zero's looking at a breadstick right now. You know, it's been 2 minutes in the game. Finally bags his second kill on Hook, so let's jump on board with him and see what he's doing.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to get back into this one. Sometimes these Stronghold games can go so quickly.
Wow.
There are no room for mistakes. Pistola, the wizard himself, with those rockets, and that is a great opportunity for Team Liquid to get back into this game as that rocket and overshield was burnt. It was in danger of going over in full two-team Envyus. Luckily, Team Liquid able to kind of buy themselves a little bit of breathing room there.
All right, and now we have Ace, I believe, who actually has, Ace has that camouflage, so we're gonna stay on board with him and see what he manages to do.
Oh, and he beats down the rocket player and actually grabs those. Only one left in the chamber. We'll see if he elects to just go for this stronghold here or maybe try to pick up some kills. Some grenades coming in from Snipe Down. Not able to connect here. Still securing this hill. Great rocket. Snipe Down not spotting him as camo. Another player in the hill, though. That's two guys. And sure enough, great collapse from Team Envy prevent Blue Ben from being captured.
Yeah, that was a very, very clutch reset right there on Blue Ben, managing to make sure that Team Liquid did not ensure that triple cap. Obviously, for those of you just joining us, Strongholds works. You have to hold 2 of these hills, 2 of these strongholds. As you hold 2 of them, you will score a single point every 3 seconds. If you hold 3 in a triple cap, you'll get 2. Very simple.
Exactly correct. There goes. Now what I'd like to do here is go into an Astro listen in with Team Liquid to see if they're able to close out this series over Team Envy.
I hear a guy. I'm looking.
Camo?
Yeah, you're beating top cat. One shot.
Turbine, one shot! Let's go. Shot, blue sticky.
Pushing red flat.
Shot,
Red window.
Gave turbine close.
Backing up the tower.
Nice, Kevin. Make sure we're holding tower. No, back up. No.
Back up.
I'm at the security. You're gonna have
blue flat. I got blue flat.
I can go red flat. Rocket launcher.
One shot red BR. Yo, red nest as well has a shot. Make one there. Then guys.
Fine. Get red.
No square. On it. Two dead.
Camo's 48, Obi's 45.
Blue Ben,
Tower.
2 shot blue Ben, guys.
Camo's 48.
Go outside.
We're 2 dead. There's 1 in cat.
Obi is 45.
Go.
Aaron is up. Aaron's gonna be up.
Go pit. Climb down. Blue pit.
Nice rocket.
On it.
Nice.
Still up. I got it.
I'm going blue.
Let's go tower.
I'm already on blue.
Help him stay.
Wait, they're gonna have camo, guys. They're gonna have camo.
Oh, weak.
Camo might try to get red.
Red bridge. Make one red security.
I'm pushing into blue.
Red security to tower.
Blue behind me, Aaron.
Camo's 1 shot top cat.
There's a guy in blue.
Top cat, you 1 shot. Absolute top cat. 1 bullet, you.
Dead. One dead.
He's on me. He's literally on me.
Red bridge to tower. Red bridge, you got you.
Blue window field.
Make red security, I'll get him. I got him. Shit, Aaron. Go tower.
There was 1 more here, guys.
In blue. 70.
We're in cat.
Guys, blue flat camo and 1 in blue bed.
Alright, just
They got me. They're blue.
Yeah, nice.
Tower.
Good.
We're trying to get the flat. Probably weak.
Weak blue alley.
Hide there, B. Behind me. Try to get him. Go right. Tower to cat. We
They're in
cat.
it too. They're in Nibbers. They're gonna be Nibbers. Name's flanking, guys.
Two there.
Security behind you. Stay behind you.
Tower. Mid-bridge, tower.
Tower weak.
I'm going blue back.
Cat weak. One shot, guys.
That cat, you saw.
You there.
One shot. We have nades.
We're going blue.
Nice nades. hold one. They're getting red, they're getting red. Two in red, double cap red. Go tower fast,
Hold weak and red. I'm gonna go to the alley. We captured blue. Security, you gotta push him.
Yeah, let's capture this.
Security, two of them. Get a
Blue security tower.
Trying to red. I'm doing red, dead.
Camo cage, hold
Red square, go in window. Weak red.
Blue die, bro.
Green red. Alright, blue door. Let's go behind them here.
Oh, rockets, guys, mid bridge as well. You. Blue. You flying outside on me. Rockets. Speak turbine, guys.
And this game is getting pretty close. Liquid had a phenomenal start, able to pick up quite a significant lead, but Envy answering back, especially led by the charge from Hook, I want to say, who's had some crazy double kills and individual plays here to help lead this Envy squad on this comeback.
But watch as Sub-Zero has these rockets. He's controlling these to make sure that his team grabs this overshield. It is just about to be ready to pop, and sure enough, there it is. Grabs the overshield right before Pistola is down there, and now has rockets, Ovi, moving around the map. 2 guys down for Team Envyus. Liquid is poised to keep getting these points.
We might very well be seeing the lowest placing we've ever had from Team Envyus in Halo 5 here. As we can see, still with these points, Sub-Zero is just on the prowl right now, trying to pick up some of these kills rather than contesting Blue Ben. Looks like they're just going to push over here towards Nest. Some grenades maybe coming in, but great job staying alive. He's still got rockets and can play some great defense. And look at this, Symbolic. Shout out to him. He must be doing a fantastic job timing all of these power-ups. We've been seeing them consistently go in favor of Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's actually been 5 power-up pickups for Team Liquid to only 3 on Team Envyus.
And Sub-Zero doing the anchoring, as we'd like to say here with these rockets, letting his team fight over towards Catwalk while he just focuses on Nest. Great communication there to recognize the one shot and try to finish off or to actually pick up that kill here. 81 points on the board. There is not a lot of game time left here in this one. Shoots a rocket, grabs one. Not going to be able to get the reset here top Catwalk, but with several members of Team Envy going down there, they might very well be able to recapture it.
And Miquin was the last one alive, now just trying to do his best to stay alive. Hook, though, picks up a big double kill off this spawn, and now trying to double cap this top Catwalk. And it looks like it will go in favor of them. Hook picks up another big kill with that grenade.
Just so back and forth, but we are going to be seeing another round of power-ups and power weapons on the board. It looks like somebody might have been able to grab those rockets here. We'll try to keep an eye out here. Blue Ben gets reset, and Collapse comes in. Ace is picked up. Another grenade, not able to finish off the kill on that Team Liquid member. And we are seeing Envy once again try to fight and claw their way back into this one. Good shots coming in right as that camo spawns. So this is once again Team Liquid doing a great job at those power-ups and actually picking up a burn here on that camo.
But right as we say that, we see Sub-Zero grab overshield, actually gets back-whacked by Hook. Huge back-whack by him, as now he maintains control of 3 rockets. Unfortunately kills himself right there, but we're gonna see if someone on Envyus, yes, it is Miquin. It looks like he's not going for the rocket launcher. We're gonna have to wait and see if anyone in the game manages to pick those up.
Ooh, but Catwalk goes back over here to Team Liquid, and that rocket play with OS could have been enough to close out this game, but Team Envy is doing just an amazing job securing that kill, and luckily for Team Liquid, Ace was able to trade with Hook and put those rockets back on the ground.
Oh my goodness, the battle rifle shots coming out from Stellar all the way across the map while he's getting descoped from another player. Just unbelievable precision right there.
Ooh, player bottom center gets taken out. 2 dead for both teams as somebody comes off spawn here. Looks like Envy is in that kill feed, though, is going to answer back and have that numbers advantage. Stellar's got to be careful here. You do not want to die and have to wait for him to respawn when you're coming down to the end of the game here like this. Sub-Zero is going to get cleaned up. Stronghold does trade, but how long is that going to be for? Nobody in position to contest Hook quite yet.
No!
Fantastic shots. They will be able to capture Stronghold, and this one is coming down to the wire.
This kid, for him to have the cojones to jump out right there and go for that perfect, unbelievable type of play coming out of Hook, the guy is a legend.
Ooh, great bait and switch action from Team Liquid, though. We're about to potentially see a lead change here as it is all tied up right now. Great melee here comes out of Ace on a snipe down. Catwalk is about a quarter of the way done, but Pistola with a fantastic nade. More action, fighting back and forth. Somebody is in blue, Ben, while they're trying to capture Catwalk. Is this going to be enough? They have to get the kill here. They have to capture Catwalk. 99 seconds. Is it enough? No, it's not enough. Holy out. It looked like they had it. Somehow not enough time on the board.
And the
Might
crowd
need to take
went
a look at that
wild.
one
I
again.
mean, holy cow, it stood up and exploded after that when these guys are enjoying some great freaking Halo out there.
Yeah, and what an amazing game. 69 slays a piece here for both teams, and it shows in the score of this game. So many strongholds captured. Hook doing Hook-like things.
Holy cow.
27 and 13. This is multiple times that we have seen him leading the pack in objective play as well as slays and pretty much everything else for his team here in these strongholds.
And the perfect kills were coming out from Team Envyus. Obviously, the damage from Hook was unbelievable, topping everyone in the game. You hear the Hook chants in the crowd. The guy has returned.
Right,
Just great plays.
Taking a look at some of these replays here, I mean, and just to think back, so many crucial plays, but the one that really comes to mind was that overshield rocket bottom center getting collapsed
That
on.
was it.
Not even securing a kill, and in a game type that was this close, that is a heartbreaking thing to have happen.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how pivotal a role Hook played in this game mode right here. God, that perfect. And for him to not only go 27 and 13, not only to get the most captures for his team, but on top of it, I mean, that was it. That was really the turning point of the game, was for him to get that back smack on Penguin with overshield,
And
with rockets.
pick up fresh rockets.
Picks up fresh rockets, and then they close out that game with a massive comeback.
Yeah, and his KDA is going to be going up quite a lot after this
stock is going
event.
up.
26 perfect kills, too. And this is just over the course of the regular season of Pro League here. So, of course, lots of activity happening. Crazy games back and forth all weekend long. And Championship Sunday is not disappointing anyone. I don't think anybody could have predicted some of the scores here, some of the outcomes of these games. Optic Gaming in elimination bracket. Envyus down there, Splice waiting at the end for someone to come out and challenge them again.
And Liquid, though, they look lighthearted right now. You know, they're not too concerned. It looks like having a little bit of a laugh. Obviously, your brother could be sleeping right now, not entirely sure. But the rest of them, they look, you know, like they're having a good time up there. Now, looking over at Hook, we saw him just a little bit ago. He looks like he's in the zone. I mean, he's the Terminator right now, just doing really unbelievable things in, it seems, every game, but that last one was something special. Now, the next game mode, we heard Dave talk about it, how hard Fathom Capture the Flag is. It is a very, very tough game, and these teams are pretty evenly matched. I mean, look at the scores that you see in the series layout.
Yeah, if I had to take a look at this, I think the series score would still be the same, but I would have flipped the games. I would have said Envy was winning true CTF, and it was going to be Liquid that won Eden Strongholds. It didn't work out that way, but like we said, still 2-1 in favor of Liquid in a best-of-5 series. I cannot stress that enough. This is already match point here for Team Liquid, and Envyus is the ones that are looking to send this into a Game 5 tie-breaking match.
And I gotta say, man, Team Envyus, they lost a very close Fathom Flag yesterday to Optic Gaming, so you gotta be concerned to see if they, you know, took some learnings from that and will implement them in this game. But Team Liquid, very, very strong.
And we are starting this one off with the legend himself, Mr. Hook, coming over here from the Call of Duty scene, but getting destroyed by nades here off the start. That's going to be a quick double kill here for Sub-Zero. And if I had to say this guy has one of it, or his strongest weapon, I wouldn't say it's rockets, but I say it's railgun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sub-Zero, Rain, these guys are known at controlling the railguns really on any map. They just know how to use it extremely well. They don't always necessarily just go for the kill. You saw them use the ground, right, for some of that area of effect. So very, very, very lethal in their hands.
Penguin Sub-Zero, I mean, has got to be careful here. Gets taken no shields. Does a great job staying in the air. It keeps barely any health. Even gets nicked by another grenade. Somehow staying alive with camo and railgun, but ultimately gets collapsed upon. Envyus not able, or excuse me, Liquid not able to protect Sub-Zero long enough, and Envyus is going to secure themselves that rail.
But that was a big perfect kill coming out of Ace. We talk about Fathom Flag, how big of a deal it is to control top middle. Unfortunately, Ace gets cleaned up by Snipe Down. Snipe Down just blocking these silo spawns. We know how big of a deal that can be. But the flag is being run by Eco, and it was a little bit of a ninja beatdown right there. I don't think I even saw that coming.
I didn't even know Liquid had decided to go for a counter capture, or excuse counter pull as opposed to stopping that flag capture. Stellar almost did an amazing job at getting that one back home. Envyus is trying to come out with a little bit of a collapse here. Eco doing a good job of dropping that flag, not wanting to show up on radar. As you know, when you get shot with that flag, you're going to have a giant arrow or icon over your head indicating where you are.
All right, and Eco just doing what he needs to do. No one likes to do it, but you gotta go back to your flag and hold on to it. Obviously, when you drop it, players are well aware of where that is at.
And as we move over here with Envy, we'll see where they're electing to hold that flag, and it looks like they do have it over by their elbow. Eco grabs himself a kill in that kill feed, and now a big point of contest again here. Bottom mid, grenades come in. Snipedown doing a good job of dodging some of them. The thrust forward dodges once again, still no shields, and somehow lives with the railgun bottom center. Big mishap here from Team Liquid as they really wanted to finish off that kill.
You might as well call the guy Neo, because he was dodging grenades and bullets like it was nothing.
The Matrix. You're not kidding there.
Oh man, but now eventually gets cleaned up by Ace, as now Ace actually sees Pistola get that kill on him with the Flagnum. We know how it can be deadly, but that camo's popped top mid, and we're going to see who manages to grab it.
Wow, and what a late camo for only the second one of the game. 9:19, I think it was, that he secured that one. Immediately picking up the railgun, going back to top center. The power position, like we've seen time and time before. Only one shot left here. Is anyone from Liquid in position to try to return that? Does not look like they, in fact, are. And wow, McWin with the shots. I've said it time and time before. He's one of the best players in the game. And look at just how much of an impact he is making from this power position.
I mean, he makes it look so easy. I mean, he has camo, he has railgun. He cleans up one kill and then hits a perfect pistol shot. I mean, just phenomenal play. Like you said, he is extremely, extremely talented, and in the last few months has really come into his own.
Yeah, Team Liquid, they've got to be feeling at least a little bit good. That camo doesn't have a whole lot of time. It just expires there, and when them having railgun. But just as I say that, the perfect charge coming in from Envy. That flag is going to get returned, and go ahead and put the first one in. Another flag is already being run. Like we said, Envy not looking to go down without a fight here, trying to send this into a game number 5. McWin is no shields with this flag. Great grenades finally here coming in for Team Liquid. Will they be able to do anything here? Secure this return? No, another flag grab comes in, and sure enough, it looks like they will be able to grab that one without even the danger of a counter cap coming here from Team Liquid. Some big, crucial mistakes here coming out of Liquid, not being able to kill Snipe down bottom center when he had that camo railgun. It allowed McWin to get control top center earlier as well. Had picked up so many kills there, and this is just turning, going out of control now here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, you see the kill feed on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and we see just endless Envy's kills popping up. Team Liquid going down, but we're going to stay on board with Snipe down. This guy is a natural-born killer, and the camo is about to pop top mid. We're going to see who grabs that, because it is a very, very big item.
And Team Liquid, they just can't get a good sense of where all these Envyus members are. Hook, once again, getting that railgun, getting the camo, and we already have seen what he's able to do here with these weapons, as his kill count is already 8 and 7. So it's actually McWin at 12 and 6 that is really leading the pack.
And I got to point out, that jump that Hook just did from bottom floor all the way in that pit to then clamber up on the top middle, that's not easy. Go home, or excuse me, for those of you at home, go to your desk, load up an Xbox and try and perform that jump. This one right here, this is not easy, folks, and he does it so effortlessly. He's clearly done it over and over and over again, and because of it, look at that, paddywhack back smack, gets a double kill, stays alive with camo. Hook is a monster today.
And his map positioning, map movement, he is just, you can just tell how talented he is, recognizing those players who didn't even show up on radar initially, were directly below him, timed the flank perfectly.
And clearly he's got a little bit of a distraction going on, because he is playing extremely well, and now already running that flag out. Looks like he's trying to go bottom mid. Unfortunately though, Stellar cleans him up, almost gets the kill, but unfortunately McWin, big double kill coming out of top mid.
Yeah, and we'll see if he's able to secure this kill. Sure enough, just grabs 3 kills, decides he's going to run the flag himself. I think that was 2 dead, is still flag at home, and that's going to be all she wrote here for this game. And what was a 2-0 lead in this series is turned into a 2-2 heading into a game number 5. DreamHack Atlanta not disappointing here We are going to see epic games all day long, and these games and these series are going the distance.
The seats are filled. The crowd has showed up. There's players and people standing all around the venue, tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. This has been a phenomenal show so far, and we are just getting started.
All right, and now you're taking a look at these guys here on your screen. There's Mickwin, Pistola, Snipe Down, Hook in that order from left to right across your screen. And we'll take a look at the stats here. 17 and 7 from Mickwin. Watching that kill feed, no surprise there. On the other hand, just ace breaking that 10 kill mark here. But Snipe Down, you know, something you don't see too often is
give him credit.
Almost fallen into like a support role, but you know, in Halo 5, it's just sometimes up to the accuracy or some of the power weapons on who actually secures those kills. It is a team effort here, and that's definitely Hook and Mickwin that had the majority of that power up and power weapon control here for Envy.
And as you see Mickwin really dismantle this Team Liquid team, I gotta point out, his accuracy was the highest. It was at 68%, almost 70%. I mean, that's almost unheard of when you're talking about matches against teams of the likes of Team Liquid or Envyus.
Yeah, I mean, that was just another amazing game. It was absolutely Envy in control the whole time. Outside of the very, very beginning here, that was just Envyus's game to run away with, but not even a huge surprise, because that's something we've seen from Envy before. You know, talk about the last event, the amount of overkills that we've had from Hook and Mickwin on that specific map in general.
I mean, he broke out onto the scene with that unbelievable triple kill on Eden, right? And then now, here he is, proving his worth yet again. Obviously, months and months and months later, but the guy's a legend already. Yeah. Legend in the making.
Right, and now before we go into game number 5, let's take a moment to hear from Snipe Down, the one looking to win this series here for his team, in a brief interview.
Ghostyami here, obviously, with the well-renowned Snipe Down, Mr. Eric Rona, one of the best snipers in Halo history, here at DreamHack Atlanta 2017. Eric, coming off a big win against Evil Geniuses. I know that was, you know, maybe not the biggest series for you guys. We saw you guys go up against Optic Gaming yesterday, but what did it take to really come in today with a clear head and try and take on Evil Geniuses?
Yeah, honestly, we just had to not dwell on our mistakes from yesterday. I thought we played well, and Optic's a great team. It's going to be hard to beat them no matter what it is. It's going to be a showdown. Yep. And, you know, going up against EG, we just really feel like we're a more organized and disciplined team than them, and we felt like we were going to win that series. We feel like we're going to win every series, but we're just going to take that momentum into all the rest of the matches for that weekend.
Next team you're going up against, who is it, and what are you looking forward to?
We are going up against Team Liquid. We are currently top 4, and it is a match to make it to the Losers Bracket Finals. Honestly, I figured it was going to be us four, Optic, Splice, Liquid, and ourselves in the finals. It was the top 4 for Pro League. It's the teams that have shown the most promise. And, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think we got some good competition, and I'm excited to get a rematch against those guys.
Say after you take down Liquid, you guys go up against the Giants. Or no, you would go up against Splice or Optic. Yeah. We have to wait to see who comes out from that. Is there a team you want to play between those two?
I really want to see how Optic reacts to getting sent to the losers bracket. To be honest, they have never been there before. They've always been in the grand finals without being sent there. And it would be great to not have to win 2 best-of-7s against them. So honestly, I would like to play Optic. I would like to get revenge on Splice as well. I think the last time we played them was Worlds, and it's a new roster. I know they're an extremely talented young group of guys. So honestly, either way, but always like to get revenge on Optic.
Definitely keep your eye out for Splice. They might actually end up being in that final. So
I would not be surprised.
Obviously, Ghostyami here with Snipe Down at DreamHack Atlanta. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, bud.
Now, Eric, my first question is, how did you get into 2 places at once, and how did you already know how this entire tournament was going to play out?
They don't call me Ghost for nothing, you know, and I like to think that I know a thing or two.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty impressive, and like Snipe Down said, this is kind of playing out the way he would want it to. He's opportunities for revenge. He's an opportunity to play and beat Optic without going into a double series. And of course, if you're looking at your screen there, make sure you redeem your gold rec pack by entering the code at the bottom of the screen on halo.gg and take advantage of all those there. We are getting ready to go into a game number 5 here. What was once, like we said before, an 2-0 lead for Team Liquid has turned into a 2-2 Game 5 situation in elimination.
And for those of you just joining us, this is a very heated matchup, but it is a best-of-5 series. This is the final game in the series, and Plaza on Slayer. Can't ask for a better game type.
Yeah, we'll see. They got that sniper rifle on the map. We saw an epic series on Team Slayer Plaza between Splice and Optic Gaming earlier. We'll see if this one is going to follow a similar fashion.
And just a very, very standard route coming out from Snipedown. Manages to get a nice little flank, though. I mean, look at this. He's already behind all of Team Liquid. The overshield is still top middle, and he is just doing anything he can to try and get it.
Ooh, and all of Envy just all over the top of the map. A 3-1 lead. Open this one up and securing the sniper rifle here with overshield as well. Liquid probably wish they could have that one back, as it did not go over in their favor here. Need to make sure they're working together coming off spawn. This is a dangerous situation. You do not want to give up a lot of kills here off the start and having to play catch up the entire time.
And the angles that Hook is taking right now, just it tickles my stomach a little bit. I mean, the guy knows not only where the players are going to spawn, but then rotates to try and get a better angle to help his teammates with that sniper rifle. I mean, this jump, once again, these jumps are not as easy as he makes them look. I promise you, that one is a little bit easier than the Fathom one, but still extremely tough nonetheless.
Yeah, 9-5 here as you have two members of Envy locking down Nest side of the map. Histula runs away from Dip, recognizing maybe a collapse here coming soon. Hook does see players below him. Looks like the callouts will come that Hook is in fact top 4 or S4 here with the sniper rifle. Great job getting a body shot, and look at that kill feed there. 3 members for Team Liquid go down. Last player is over towards light rifle and has to just run away. 13-6 lead in this game number 5. This is a scary moment for Team Liquid. They really have to try to catch their footing.
Yep, and I mean, when you talk about Hook having the sniper, it's scary. I mean, the guy's got 6 bullets. It could mean 6 for sure kills. They're up by 8 right now. Now turn to 7, but it's going back and forth.
Yeah, and Hook decides to go ahead and rotate this weapon. It's whether or not Team Liquid is going to recognize or get any callouts here. Stellar might very well pop around this corner and just have his face taken off. Lucky for him, it's a body shot. He'll have a little bit of extra time to stay alive. And now some grenades coming in. Once again, 18-8, now up to a 10-kill lead. Team Envyus, just won 2 games in a row and looking to make that 3 a potential reverse sweep here coming out in the losers semifinals.
That overshield though, Kyle, it is about to come up, and I think Hook is positioned extremely well for it. Picks up a double, Snipedown gets the 3rd, and now it looks like the boy, yet again, Mikwin grabs that overshield. Very, very clutch pickup.
Up by 10, grabbing a double kill with his sniper rifle, securing overshield here for his teammate Mikwin. This is a scary moment. Team Liquid has to try to slow this down, buy additional time, maybe let some of this overshield run out on its own based on time here. Good bait and switch action coming in. 3 members, but that overshield is so powerful. Wasn't enough damage. Kill feed once again, an additional 3 unanswered kills going over to Team Envy.
Wow, and Mikwin thought he was gonna get help. He missed the shot or 2, probably because of that, thinking you're gonna get help, always expecting that type of stuff, but still manages to clean up Sub-Zero. Big shots coming out from Mikwin.
Ooh, barrel respawns, and Sub-Zero is gonna take advantage of that one. Picks up that kill onto Mikwin. Liquid here now with the charge, but Hook, like we said before, has been consistently being able to shut down this Team Liquid squad. Good grenades, oh no, but not good enough as Ace is no shields and has to die with that sniper rifle. And Snipedown, that is not the player you wanted to find it in his hands.
I was just gonna say that, Kyle. Took the words right out of my mouth. Snipedown and his sniper rifle can prove to be a deadly combo that we all know and love, but when you're going up against it, certainly not something you love. But now we're on board with Eco from Team Liquid. Let's see if they can surmount any type of comeback here, Kyle.
Oh, and look at that. Stellar gets killed over towards top of blue ramp. There were 3 members of Team Envyus there. What a lift by Hook, and gets a stick, grabs the sniper rifle, or no, that was a previous sniper rifle. Looks like he's about out of ammo with that, but 32-16. This is looking a lot like one of those Splice Optic matches there on Eden when they were just able to run away with that Team Slayer game type here. It's just crazy to show that once you grab control in these game types, these teams are able to just bring the hurt to whoever they're playing.
And both of these teams, they have exceptional bait and switching, exceptional teamwork, but right now these power weapons and really the teamwork is just playing a much bigger factor for Team Envyus. Hook picks up the 3rd overshield. Clearly Alumni extremely aware of that as they manage to make sure to grab that power up.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be a big mountain to overcome. 38-17. What was an epic series, this tie-breaking game is turning out to just backfire here to Team Liquid. Maybe not their strongest Slayer game type. The cards not falling in their favor. Good melee's coming out, but that's a killing frenzy for Hook. Are you kidding me?
This guy is going off. I mean, this might be his tournament. I mean, we're not even into the loser bracket finals just yet, and he is going absolutely bonkers. Unbelievable plays.
Yeah, Mick went in at 12-6. Hook 10-1, only dying one time so far this game. He is he's starting to remind me more and more of Pistol as somebody that just has that game 5 clutch factor.
Yeah, he's just a menace right now, really in Halo 5, but more importantly in this series. And if they end up winning this series, they will go on to face Optic Gaming in the loser bracket finals, and they are coming off a hot reverse sweep if that does happen.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum is going to be huge. Snipe down, connecting on the headshot on Igor. You can see his head drop. They're not happy about that one. And you know what we said about Team Envyus might having their lowest placing we've seen is not going to be the case, as this is about the time where I say stick a fork in them. They're done here. This is going to be Envyus's opportunity to face off against Optic Gaming in the elimination bracket. The very first time we're going to see them be able to try to face off and not have to beat them twice in a row.
There you go. Hook, the god, smells blood, and he finishes him off. Unbelievable game coming out of Hook. 12-2 stat line. I mean, what more can I say, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, that was just one of those games where things start getting out of control and nothing you can do can get you back into that one, like we said, or compared it to the Splice versus Optic Eden game. Sometimes when the enemy team has that sniper rifle, is grabbing the kills at exactly the right time, and by what I mean by exactly the right time is when those overshields are getting ready to come up. That was overshield after overshield after overshield going over in Envy's favor, with Hook and Snipe Down just connecting on the headshots time and time again. That was two different Envy squads that we really saw. They're almost two different Liquid squads even. We saw Envy with that reverse sweep, something Liquid has got to be upset about. That's a heartbreaking loss for them. But Envyus, they've got to be feeling good. And now, like we said, they're going to get ready to go against Team Optic.
And I got to be honest, you know, just a second ago, I had a hard time even hearing you. I got headphones on. You're plugged into my ears, and all I hear is the chants of Hook. I mean, it went on for what seemed like 5 minutes, so clearly tons of fans in the crowd. Thank you again for showing up. Great gameplay out of both teams, but man, what a Game 5 W.
Yeah, I mean, we have a great crowd here at DreamHack Atlanta, one of the best ones we've seen in Halo in 5+ years or more. So it is awesome being able to experience and share these crazy games here on LAN with such an awesome audience. Let's go back over to the analyst desk here and hear a little bit more about how the series played out.
What a series from Envyus. They move forward, they get the chance to face off against Optic Gaming, but it didn't start so well. 2-0 down against Liquid, and I was thinking, oh God, Envyus fans are not going to be happy here. It was quick flag caps. I think it was 2 flag caps in 40 seconds in that first game. Was there anything you highlighted from those first couple of games that just had Liquid so dominant?
Liquid was just in control the entire time. It felt like they're playing their game. It's one of those situations where you notice as the games go later, you saw this desperation where they challenge every single fight. And a lot of those members of Envy are comfortable in situations like that. Mikwin is going to be very, very happy you challenge him in a 1v1 fight, because he's going to come ahead the majority of the times. Whereas beforehand, we saw a lot of reserved plays from members of Liquid. They're playing it so smart. When I think of back on like Rig, like think about how many times Sub-Zero just did that loop route where he just jump up with camo, loop back around to like Engine 2 and go back and forth and do that. And it just shows like the longer he's staying alive, the more time he's buying for his team, the more comfortable Liquid is.
And then game 3, Empire Strongholds. I was back up on the desk. I was thinking, okay, this one's over, 3-0. But then suddenly, Envyus come alive. There was some great plays from Eco with a rocket to make sure they secured the overshield. There's lots of power-up control. What did you see from that game, Nighty?
Yeah, Liquid was utilizing everything correctly. They were doing amazing all the way up till the end. I think they got a little too comfortable and just felt like it was about to end right there. And they forgot to close it out. It's not about how strong you start. It's about how good you can finish. And they weren't able to close it out right there, and that is exactly what Envy needed to get that momentum and take it all the way to the end with a comeback that was just amazing. They ended that game just barely seconds away from losing, and Hook turned into a Super Saiyan. He soared at the top of the map and just became a god. I mean, he was not missing a single shot. He was staying alive when he needed to. He was taking total control of the entire series. That kid is a monster.
It became the Hook show, right? You heard the crowd shouting for Hook. I think even I was secretly whispering for Hook as well. This man is a monster. His movement is absolutely insane. I think he's one of the best players around right now.
And his sticky grenades. I'm trying to think of how many sticks he got in there, especially on Sub-Zero. I think just watching alone from his POV when we had it on stream, I counted at least 4. Just different times where he just knows how to line those up or is getting very lucky in a couple situations.
Did you guys notice when the hat was at the right angle that he kind of looked like Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine, or you know what I'm saying? Just I mean, he looks focused right now. He is evil.
He's Hook Skywalker though, man.
Whoa.
You can't be saying that.
I don't know. That's what he looked like to me.
Do you think he's turned to the dark side now and that's why he's performing so well?
I think he gave up his soul to win some events.
Rounding it off, Game 5, Plaza Slayer. There was just no contest there. Do you think Liquid had just lost all momentum, lost all hope? They didn't seem to get into the game at all.
Yeah, it's just Halo's now to this point where it's game by game. And sure, you do have momentum carryover from some games to another. But to me, it's just more so a story of teams playing in their comfort zone. As soon as a team starts doubting themselves and starts feeling like they have to challenge or single-handedly having to do things, it just spells disaster. Whereas when I noticed Envy started playing as a team, you just notice how comfortable Hook was just jumping out, doing bait switches, working with a squad the entire time. I just felt like we watched a complete different Liquid that just challenged, like right there, that single death we saw from Eco. Him going around the loop like that, completely exposing himself. Yeah, it was great shots from Snipe Down, but for the most part, those players are going to play much more cautious, move around the map much wiser.
Well, Envyus, they're going to get a chance at Optic Gaming once again. And I want to hear from the Wizard himself. I believe he's on the stage with an interview with Jump.
Thanks a lot, guys. The rematch is coming up soon between Optic and Envyus, but I heard a little bit while they were talking that you had some chocolate in your pocket. Did it melt? You guys started to sweat on stage being down 0-2.
Oh, dude, this thing is just completely melted. It will never probably be eaten, but I really wanted to eat this Heath bar, but whatever, man.
Well, you'll have a couple minutes in between games. Now, you guys did go down 0-2, but you've pulled the reverse sweep. Coming into that Game 3, backs against the wall, what was going through your minds on how you were going to turn it around?
Honestly, it's just taking it one game at a time. I mean, it's a 5-game series. Anything can happen, especially in this game. It's a very snowball-y game and momentum-based, so we just had to get the momentum on our side, and that clutch win definitely did it.
Now, we heard the Hook chants from the crowd. The Twitch chat's probably popping off with it, as well as the analyst desk. What's it like having a player on that squad that can pretty much pop off at any time?
Oh, it's amazing, man. He's definitely one of the most talented gamers I've ever had the privilege of playing with. He's just a freak of nature, and he's very humble, and he never talks trash, and he deserves respect from everybody.
Now, we've got the rematch. You played Optic in the winter semis last night. You've got the rematch here. The winner of this goes to the grand finals to face Splice. Optic obviously losing for the first time in the winner's bracket in forever here in Halo 5. What are you guys going to do different to maybe capitalize on that lack of momentum that they have coming into this next match?
Well, obviously they're going to be looking for blood, but so are we. We're just going to try to be a little more organized and use a lot more teamwork and communicate definitely a lot better.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots, they're ready to rock and roll. Guys, don't forget, we do have the losers finals coming up. The winner of this next match between Optic Gaming and Team Envyus will go on to face Splice in the grand final. We're going to take a quick break, but while we do, we're going to take a quick replay look at Game 2 of the semifinals from last night between Optic and Envyus.